The key personnel, Edgar and May Santos. Edwin Pascua and Alma de Leon Apui. Brian Rivera and Violeta Di Malanta. Grace Tuazan and Sonia Armadilla. And the last, our ever-popular president of the FCVCI, Mr. Buddy Valencerina. Give him a big hand. Now for the ushers. We have Andre Saglas Herber Jr., Westlake High School, class of 2015, and Charlene Santiago, Channel Islands, class of 2015. Go Raiders! Now I'll be reading off the parents and the graduates. Starting with April Maria Ramirez Habon, Pacifica High School. And the parents, Florante and Maria Teresa Habon. Keon Teresa Pernia, Channel Islands High School. Lawrence and Teresa Pernia, parents. Dominic and Jeremiah Sakilayan, Jeremiah High School. Parents Hector and Julieta Sakilayan. Jeremiah Jurgen Dizon, Channel Islands High School. Parent Irma Hosa Dizon. Christopher Bong Ferreira, Santa Clara High School. Parents Nancy R. Ferreira. Jamie Emmanuel Cortiguera Avicilia, Channel Islands High School. Parents, Jamie and Catalina Avicilia. Sabrina Gabrielle Taal, Pacifica High School. Parents, Geraldo and Emma Castro Mayor Taal. John Marvin Santos Sampang, Pacifica High School. Parents, Edwin and Marita Sampang. Aliza Lainel Cambe Gakutno, Channel Islands High School. Parents, Alvaro and Esperanza Gakutno. Ariana Tantenko, Pacifica High School. Parents, Jesus and Aradona Tantenko. Justine Ray Suwayan Luna, Oxnard High School. Parents, Rodel and Esperi Luna. Kendall Joel L. Leong, Channel Islands High School. Parents, Ernesto and Marie Leong. Jasmine Valdez Ciron, Channel Islands High School. Parents, Noel and Caroline Ciron. Leopoldo Albea, Santa Clara High School. Parents, Leopoldo and Lourdes Albea. Ariani Bihis, Pacifica High School. Parents, Ernell and Villarosa Bihis. Jasmine Galliada Monzon, Channel Islands High School. Parents, Ida Galliada. Oh, I know this one, Candace May Villaluna Nito, Pacifica High School. Noli and Irene Nito. Jomi J.R. Gapasan, Channel Islands High School. Parents, Jomi and Yolanda Gabasan. Francis Paras, Channel Islands High School. Parents, Perlito and Ana Marie Paras.
Di mo malakas ang music.
Yeah, get it down closer. Clarissa Abdani, Adolfo Camarillo High School. Sunny and Emma Abdani.
Lakas ano?
Nathaniel Jamora Valencerina, Santa Susana High School. Parents, Samuel and Angie Valencerina. Stanley Ebo, Channel Islands High School. Parents, Luther and Anita Linda Ebo. Marianne Almares Hinahon, Oxnard High School. Parents, Marco Hinahon and Jocelyn Almares. And now I recognize Chris Baroma Walker, Burbank High School. Parents, Christopher Marcellus Walker and Rachel Espiloy Baroma. Marie and Joey Furio. Marie and Joey Furio, Channel Islands High School. Parents, Jose and Emma Furio. Jeff Matthew Bucasas Borreta, Pacifica High School. Parents, Brother Bong and Tess Borreta. Jan Luis Rialica, Channel Islands High School. Parents, Renato and Shirley Rialica. And the last one on the list. If we have any more outside, I need to know. That's it? Okay. Lorraine Abraham, Channel Islands High School. Parents, Perlita Abraham. Did I miss anyone? Okay, that's great. Take your place. Take your places now, please. We're getting ready for to call the color guards. Color guards, present colors. Our color guards are Ed Austria, DJ Kaluya, Ed Dimalanta, and Bert Gunn. And now the Pambansang Awit will be sung by the graduates, conducted by Mr. Jeff Bureta. And now the United States National Anthem will be sung by the Mamas and the Papas, conducted by Mr. Brian Rivera. Collar guards, post collars.
Let's bow our heads and place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Almighty and loving Father, we thank you for this lovely evening and for bringing us together as we celebrate the graduation of the class 2014. Thank you for all these young people as they accomplish another chapter in their lives. Thank you for all the parents who have taken care of the gift you have given them. We pray, Lord, that all these graduates will remember to give you thanks every day of their lives, for without you, they are nothing and nobody. Please send the Holy Spirit to guide.
I want to welcome everybody to the 36th, is it 36? Yes, 36th annual Salute to the Graduates. This program is very unique to Ventura County. A lot of people have wanted to, a lot of cities have wanted to replicate this program, but they can't. It's because of the leadership that we have here. SCVCI is such great role models to the youth and the community, they support the youths greatly. And that's why this program is unique to Ventura County. I just want to thank everyone here that came here tonight, families and friends and their guests. And we do have some alumni here. I want to thank the parents of some of the Salute kids here, and I just want to mention a few of them that I know that's been past participants of Salutes, and I want to thank them for carrying on the tradition. And hopefully these kids here, when they have their children, that they'll bring them back here and you know, help the tradition continue. So I want to introduce and thank Jocelyn Alamares. Hinahan, I'm sorry. Meow, stand up. Jocelyn, class of 1986, Wainimi High School, and that's Marina's mother. Thank you for keeping the tradition alive. Also, Irene Nito, class of 1988, Channel Islands High School, parents, mother of Candace Nito. Irene, are you here? Irene. And then also Rachel Baroma Walker is here, and of course she is the parent of Chris Walker. She is my class of 1987, Channel Islands High School. So I just want to thank these three mothers. The parents have to step up and bring their kids here and help us continue the tradition. I want to thank you for keeping this tradition alive. I also want to thank my committee. Without them, this program wouldn't have been as successful as it is tonight. I'm just here to merely guide them, and just, you know, they're just here to grace. They just needed a name for a chair. I really didn't do anything. So I just want to give thanks to those that are very deserving of the thanks. And that's number one is going to be Sonia Armadilla. Sonia, class of Channel Islands High School, class of 1986. Oh, I'm sorry, I was trying to hook you up and make you younger. Okay, 1983. And also Alma De Leon Akui Scholarship Chair. I should go on. I do have all the committee members here know, and especially Uncle Buddy Valencerino. Without his leadership, really this program would not have been successful. So thank you, Uncle Buddy. So, you know, when we started this class here, I think it was 3 or 4 months ago, right? You know, we called for a call out to all the graduating seniors, and there was, you know, we were surprised at the turnout the first meeting. Usually the first meeting we don't really get a lot of turnout from, you know, from the parents and the students, but this time, boy, we had a lot. So it was due to the good work of Mr. Jeff Beretta. Jeff Beretta, thank you so much for you know, sending a call out to your friends at Pacifica High School. There he is, Mr. Beretta. So this class here is very special. You know why? Because they are, you know, they make us look good. You know, we told them be here at 1 o'clock, they're here at 12:45. You know, we come Filipino time, but these kids do not. So I'm glad that they don't. They are fast learners. They are, you know, they're, you know, the sweetest kids that, you know, that I have come, that I've come across with. You know, they're really sweet. They're very close to each other. I know they're gonna plan some get-togethers later on in the summer. So if they haven't already. So these kids are very fast learners. You know, they really didn't need us. They took charge of the program. Really, what you are gonna see tonight is really their program. It's their program. They designed it. We were just there to help them, you know, help them through the little kinks that they need to work out. But these kids really worked hard, and I know you're gonna enjoy this program. So kids, I know I've already posted this on Facebook, but I want to reiterate it one more time. Remember that, you know, you young men and women have to make good decisions, because your decisions will tell you who you are and will show the world who you are. So with that, I know you have all made good decisions. Congratulations on your accomplishments thus far. We know that you're going to do greater and bigger things later on, and we wish you the best of luck, and may God bless you all. Thank you. I almost forgot my other job, sorry. Okay, so the next person that's coming up after me is Ms. Sonia Armadillo, who's here to introduce our guest speaker this evening.
Good evening, everyone. Having been a past participant of Salute to the Graduates class of 1983, I've had the privilege and experience this amazing annual production by the FCVC as a graduate, a choreographer for cultural dances, a guest speaker, a chairman, and now have worked my way, having the honor of being FCVCI's vice president. In the past 22 years, I've watched this organization grow and flourish as they honor graduates yearly. To this day, we have honored and saluted over 1,000 graduates in the past 36 years. In 1994, I had the honor of being the guest speaker for the Salute to the Graduates, the class that our guest speaker participated. The Salute to the Graduates program printed in 1994. Neil Ruiz's student bio listed his future plans, which listed planning to attend Pepperdine University, get appointed to the West Point majoring in economics, accounting with a minor in political science, obtaining a master's and PhD in economics for a good background in working at the Treasury Department in Washington, D.C. Neil also quoted, "I hope to be one of the president's economic advisors and ultimately appointed as Secretary of State." It's been 20 years since all of Neil's dreams were published in the Souvenir program. Today, he has nearly accomplished his plans. Having been born and raised here in Oxnard, a true product of the Oxnard Unified School District, where he attended Williams Elementary, Blackstock Junior High, and graduated from Channel Islands High School in 1994, and was awarded FCVCI scholarship. He then furthered his education by attending UC Berkeley and receiving his BA in political science with high honors and Phi Beta Kappa. He received his Master's of Science in Economic History from Oxford University, and just 2 weeks ago, received his PhD in Political Economy from Massachusetts Institute of Technology in Boston. Neil is currently the Senior Policy Analyst and Associate Fellow at the Brookings Institution Metropolitan Policy Program in Washington, D.C. He has had over a decade of policy research experience for think tanks, multilateral development banks, international organizations, and academia. He's an expert on international migration, innovation, economic development in both high-income countries and developing economics and U.S. state and regional economic development. Neil has advised over 20 national governments in Africa, Asia, and Europe on how they could leverage migration for economic development. Neil has been called several times to the White House and the U.S. Congress to brief leaders on how they can reform U.S. immigration policy. Neil has authored several publications, including a Brookings report titled "The Search for Skills, Demand for H-1B, Immigrant Workers in the U.S. Metropolitan Areas." He is also the co-founder of the Brain Gain Network that connections high-skilled Filipinos in the U.S. to the Philippines, and co-founder and former president of the Philippines Emerging Startups Open, known as PESO, that helps identify technology startups in the Philippines. Neil is accompanied tonight by his proud parents, Francis and Lito Ruiz, his ninang Demi Sagles, and godsister Glendy Sagles Hiber. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming home our Salute alumni, Dr. Neil Ruiz. Hey, Neil.
Well, thank you very much, Sonia, for that kind introduction. It's interesting to be here. Sonia, you've been, as she said, she was a guest speaker 20 years ago in my Salutes to the Graduates. And I still remember Sonia was Sonia was, she was also the coordinator for all our dances, and I'm sure she's still doing that today. And she still looks the same young as she was 20 years ago. And that gives us kind of promise that as Filipino Americans, as we look around this room, believe me, when we 20 years later, we probably, or 40, look at our parents, we're pretty much going to look young for a while. And we always, every time I go into meetings outside, they always think that I'm still in high school or college. So it's something promising sometimes for you. So, well, good evening, FCI VCI board members, distinguished guests, proud parents, and to the graduating class of 2014. It's truly an honor to be your guest speaker tonight. To the graduates, I remember being in your shoes 20 years ago when I was thinking about my future plans, as Sonia described, and that proud feeling of finishing high school and becoming an adult. But I also remember learning the Filipino cultural dances over 3 months with all my fellow graduates, as you have here. And being slightly nervous, thinking if I would remember the dance moves of Tinikling or Pandango si Ilaw, or the modern dance moves that I would be doing later. But I remember, before we begin the dances and celebration, allow me to share you important lessons that I've learned over the past 20 years since my salutes to the graduates back in 1994. When I look back at salutes 20 years ago, I actually have the program here, in the 16th annual program, and I was flipping through my old program and I saw, looking at what we wrote, what we accomplished, and what our plans are. And just want you to know that, even though we may have plans, that we have to allow ourselves to adjust through time. The lessons that I honestly, when I wrote that down, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do in life. I thought, here's what I should do. But I want to share with you 3 lessons that I learned that all happen to coincide with each degree program that I pursued. If there's one thing that I want you to remember, success is not defined by judging if we meet the plans you outlined in today's program, but it's about how you overcome and learn from setbacks in life. So lesson number 1, pursue your own educational path rather than the path others want you to do. So when I graduated in high school, as you heard, I wanted to go to West Point, to the U.S. Military Academy. And I thought that was the right thing to do. I come from a military family, like many of you here. My brother went to the U.S. Air Force Academy, and I thought I need to get into West Point, something different, maybe the Army. But I really didn't know I wanted to do that. So I decided I didn't get in the first time I applied. And to be honest, what's interesting is that when I first took the SAT, and everyone knows the SAT and ACT exams, I got an 800 combined on the SAT, and that's out of 1,600. And I remember, because I didn't know, you coming from Channel Islands, I didn't know how to take this exam. I thought I was taking my time, not knowing that every point, well, you have a computer system now, but we had to fill in these little bubbles, and then I was filling everything as I was frantically running out of time, and I didn't know how you take the exam. But over time, I learned about how to take the exam. I went took classes, the books, Princeton Review, Kaplan, and then actually ended up scoring 400 points higher. But what I learned when I was at Pepperdine, applying for the second time to West Point, is that that's not what I wanted to do. I was more interested in questioning things. I was curious about how societies work in our world, how governments function, rather than being told what to do. I didn't think the military was going to fit me. So that's something that I learned over that time, and I became more interested in going abroad, studying abroad, and learning about different cultures and how policies shape societies. So I took a major risk. I left Pepperdine, I moved up to Northern California, and went to community college for my second year in Oakland. During that time, I was in Oakland, in downtown Oakland, with very low income students, and it was very enlightening for me. But what I wanted to do is that I wanted to take the risk and go to UC Berkeley. So then over that time, I did well in college, and then applied to UC Berkeley, and that was the only school that I applied to transfer. And luckily I did. And so what I want to recommend you, and when I wanted to go into West Point, I was following what I thought I was told to do. My brother was telling me to apply for that, but I ended up carving my own path. So I advise all of you to find your own path rather than following what others tell you to do. Because once you find your own passion in life, that will be your guidebook for your own career in the future. Lesson number 2, success is not defined by accomplishing what you plan, but how you overcome and learn from setbacks. After graduating from Berkeley, I was on top of the world. I graduated pretty much on the top of the class there. And I used my time in Berkeley to go study abroad in Zimbabwe, South Africa, and I even did an archaeology dig in the Bahamas. But it was during that time that I found my passion for discovering how governments shape policy and people. And all this learning made me hungry for more, for learning, so I applied and got into a lot of grad schools. In 1999, I pretty much had my life set again. I thought, here's a plan. I got a scholarship to Oxford University in the United Kingdom, and I was accepted to my PhD program at MIT and got full funding for the program there as well. But when I arrived in Oxford in the fall of 1999, I felt like something was missing. I thought that even during that time, I was on top of the world. I thought I knew everything. I was fresh out of college, but did I really? So at Oxford, when I arrived, for many Americans, it's a very different system than our American university system. It's very free. You only have exams at the very end of your degree or between 2 years. And there's a long history of Americans failing these exams and not getting their degree. One example is former President Bill Clinton. He actually never earned his degree from Oxford. And he was actually in the program that I was registered there, and a master's program in politics. So when I studied really hard for this exam after the first year, and I felt that I was doing really well, and it was the first time that I failed the exams, and they were only given once a year. And that was the first time I learned how to fail. And what I learned through that failure and through that setback is to trust and have faith in something more beyond ourselves. A lot of times we put pressure on ourselves, but we have to realize that there's something beyond us. If you believe in God, in your faith, in chance, there's something more beyond our own control in life. And that's what I learned there. And I learned to trust that. And through that, everything ended up working out. I ended up still getting a master's degree from Oxford, but in a different program in economics. And that was actually a program that fit better my interests. Lesson number 3, know where you come from. Today, over the last 3 months, was the beginning, going through this FCVCI program. But there's more to learn. I never understood where my parents, until I had the opportunity to learn where they came from. It was a trip when I was studying abroad in South Africa. This is post-apartheid South Africa back in 1997, when Africans had to live separately from whites, and South Africa is a majority black country, and the whites were ruling. I remember being in the streets of Soweto, and my friend Moses told me, why do you keep studying about South Africa? I was there writing my undergrad thesis, writing my master's thesis there, and he said, before you come back to South Africa, go back to where your parents come from. So after I graduated from Oxford, I asked my father as a graduation present, to take me to the Philippines. And they did, my father did. And when I arrived, I remember landing in the Philippines, into Manila, Ninoy Aquino Airport, if you've ever been there, and seeing these many different lines there for when you arrive with your passports. They had the balikbayans, where all our parents are from, people who are Filipinos who are now in America or abroad. They had a line for OFWs, overseas Filipino workers. These are workers who are on contract labor, working in the Middle East, Hong Kong, Europe, all over the world. And I was wondering, what is this phenomenon? I didn't understand what was going on. And then my father, we had a reunion in my parents' village in Lingayen, Pangasinan. And that was my first time to meet about 200, 300 relatives, cousins, aunts, uncles that I've never met or knew about. And during that time, I was learning about my parents. And many of our parents here today, they've been sending money, remittances, monthly, all the time when there's an emergency, to our family members back in the country. Not only were my parents and our parents raising us, but they were raising a whole village of extended family members abroad. And that's what came to me to understand and study, and that's where I found my PhD thesis, where I wrote about this and trying to understand the phenomenon of why did the Philippines export people? Why did we have to move to the United States? How did this happen? So this helped me understand about my parents, appreciate and respect the hardships, the sacrifices that they had taken. And if you could imagine, our parents who migrated here, today you took a risk of graduating high school and you're going to be going on your own. But our parents left thousands of miles away through the Pacific Ocean to another unfamiliar country, not knowing what high schools, what's good for us, what schools to go to, is very different. And I think that's the challenge that we have. And this leads to what's important for us in these 3 lessons is to learn about who we are and what we stand for. For the Filipino American community, we have a special challenge. The challenge of finding the balance between 2 generations that grew up in 2 different places. The generation of our parents or grandparents in some of our cases, who were living in the Philippines, and our generation living in America. We must remember, being Filipino is more than just the food, it's more than just the tinikling dances, but it's about the risk our parents and grandparents took to migrate from the Philippines for a better life for us. Being American, on the other hand, is also more than just getting a better education, having more opportunities than our parents did, and earning more money. But it's about having freedom to be who you were born to be. So to be Filipino American is to blend and appreciate the lessons we learn from both experiences, Filipino and American, kind of like the dessert halo-halo. It's a mix. But this comes with special challenges, not just for you as graduates, but also for our parents. Let me first start with the parents of our graduates. I've seen so many people, my fellow classmates, fall short of their goals, dreams, and potential because of the fear of being rejected by their parents. Each of your children are gifts to this world. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to fail. They're going to have setbacks. But as long as they're living, they'll always have potential to make an important contribution. No matter how large or small scale, they're all special gifts. So what I would say to you is, do not instill fear onto your children to be something that they're not. Instead, support them to be their true selves so they can be the gifts to our world. And now here's advice to our graduates. Learn to understand where your parents come from, the extended family members that are left in the Philippines. Take the time to ask your parents where they grew up, or actually ask them for a trip after the graduation to the Philippines. This is really important so that you can understand how to respect and honor your parents for all the hard sacrifices they've done, not just for us here, but for the family left behind in the Philippines. So I want to end by telling the graduates not to be afraid of any setbacks that life may take hold of you. Take your own path and not the path that anyone's telling you to take. Understand your own purpose in this world, whether it's large or small scale. Learn from your setbacks. Don't be afraid. Learn about where you come from and who you are. You can pursue your dreams once you find your path. We're living in a very different world now. We have the first African American president. Many policies are changing around the world, and here from Washington, all over from California throughout the United States. You can pursue your dreams once you find your path. It doesn't matter if you got an 800 on the SAT. It doesn't matter if you are a first-generation immigrant. It doesn't matter if you grew up poor. It doesn't matter if you're a woman. It doesn't matter who you marry. It doesn't matter if you're straight, gay, or lesbian. You can grow up into being the gifts to this world that you were born to be, just as long as you know who you are and are not afraid of setbacks along the way. Thank you, and good luck.
Like Sonia said earlier, it's a wonderful way for us to come back. I'm also from the class of '83 with Sonia, and I also received a scholarship from FCBCI, so it's a privilege for me to give back to our community and to our Filipino culture. I am a teacher, so I love to see when I see former students like Jasmine graduate from high school. It's a proud moment for teachers and the community to see you guys graduate and go on to college. So our first recipient, and our college scholarship program is based on grade point average, your activities in the community, your activities at school, and we had a really tough time winding down to just the two that we could give. And our first recipient went to our first representative went to Pacifica High School and ranked in the top 10 of the class. He plans to attend UCLA and major in biology in hopes of pursuing a career in the medical field. He is a son of Bong and Tess Beretta. Jeff Beretta, please come up to accept your $500 scholarship.
We'll have a party at Bong's house tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Our second recipient also went to Pacifica High School. He plans to attend UCSB and major in economics and accounting, and hopefully to become a CPA and then on to a county or state auditor. He is the son of Edwin and Marites Sampang. John Sampang, congratulations. Please come up and get your check.
Another party at Jeff's house.
Yeah.
Oh, more cameras here. Thank you. Any more from center?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, call the board. Oh, one more.
Sorry. Come here. Okay, so every year we award, we used to call it Outstanding Boy and Girl, but this year there were so many to choose from. And there are so many deserving young adults here tonight. So this year, rather than awarding 2, we are going to award 5. 5, and it's going to be called the Spirit Award. Now this award goes to the students who really stepped up, showed a lot of leadership from the beginning, and leadership at the end, and they are very helpful to their peers. They took initiative. They helped all their fellow classmates, and so this year we are going to award 5. So these are the standouts. Early before the nights started, they did a superlative, and it was that's the first that I've seen, right? So this shows you what kind of group we have this year. So this year, the 5 outstanding individuals for this class, one of them is going to be Mr. Jan Realika. Channel Islands High School, class of 2014. The next one is Miss Jasmine Cyron. Uncle Buddy. And who cannot, I cannot miss Mr. Leo Albea. He won the most superlatives awards, by the way, from his peers. And of course, Mr. Jeff Beretta. And last but certainly not the least, Miss Ariane Bihis. Oh, over there. Congratulations, everyone.
Okay, cameras. Left, right, center. Thank you.
Marie Ramirez Habon, Pacifica High School. Parents Florante and Maria Teresa Habon. Plans is to graduate from UCI with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, to work for a few years as a registered nurse, then attend a graduate school to become either a nurse practitioner or pediatrician and work at Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. Marie Habon.
Becoming more familiar with the art of acting as well as auditioning around the area in order to achieve experience. Kim Tressa Pernia.
Don Sakalayan, Channel Islands High School. Parents Hector and Julieta Sakalayan. He plans on building and troubleshooting computers. Let's give a big round of applause for Don Sakalayan. And we have his twin brother, Jeremiah Sakalayan, Channel Islands High School. Parents Hector and Julieta Sakalayan. He plans to just go to college. Jeremiah Sakalayan.
Our next graduate is Jermarie Dyson from Channel Islands High School. Parents Emma Dyson. Her future is to go to Ventura College and then transfer to a music conservatory or Cal State University to major in music. Jermarie Dyson.
Christopher Bong Ferreira, Santa Clara High School. Parent Nancy M. Ferreira. He plans beginning this September to attend the University of California, San Diego as a physiology and neuroscience major. He also intends to have a minor or double major in social science, like economics or political science. His ultimate goal is to become a doctor, particularly in neurology and cardiology. And someday he hopes to run for office in the future.
Yeah.
Christopher Bong Ferreira.
Jamie Emmanuel Abasia from Channel Islands High School. Parents Jaime and Catalina Abasia. He plans to pursue his career in music, dedicating most of his time and be successful with it. Jamie Emmanuel Abasia.
Sabrina Gabrielle Taal, Pacifica High School. Parents Geraldo and Emma Taal. She plans to attend Ventura College and earn an associate's degree as a physiology major, then transfer to the University of Santa Barbara to major in music education. After college, she plans on becoming a successful band director or a private music instructor, in addition to managing her very own vegetable garden. Later on, as retirement nears her journey, she would like to travel across the global world to visit China and awesome Buddhist monasteries and all the 7 wonders of the world. After that, she plans to come back to the US and wing it here and see where life takes her. Sabrina Taal.
John Marvin Santos Sampang from Pacifica High School. Parents Edwin and Mary Tess Sampang. Future plans are to attend UCSB, go Gauchos, major in economics and accounting, become a certified CPA, and hopefully become a county or state auditor. John Marvin Sampang.
Eliza Guptano, Channel Islands High School. Parents Alvaro and Esperanza Guptano. Her plan is to go to Ventura College for a year and transfer to UCLA. Eliza Guptano.
Ariana Tantenko, Pacifica High School. Parents Jesus and Aridona Tantenko. Her future plans are to go to UC Irvine and major in biomedical engineering, get a job as a biomedical engineer while going to medical school, hopefully become an obstetrician gynecologist and help women give birth. Ariana Tantenko.
Justine Luna, Oxnard High School. Parents Riddell and Aspiria Luna. She plans to attend Cal State Channel Islands and major in psychology after high school. And she plans to graduate from a psychology and work in a hospital or clinic. In addition, majoring in psychology, she'd like to major in music. Justine Luna.
Kendall Joel Leong from Channel Islands High School. Parents Ernesto and Maria Leong. His hope and dream is to attend a university in Irvine and make a goal to change the world by helping and making positive change in people's lives and to ensure the hope of a better future for everyone. Kendall Leong.
Jasmine Ciron, Channel Islands High School. Parents Noel and Caroline Ciron. She plans to attend Ventura College for 2 years in pre-nursing and transfer to a CSU or UC for nursing. Jasmine Ciron.
Leopoldo Albia from Santa Clara High School. Parents Leopoldo and Loris Albia. He plans on attending UCLA in the fall to pursue a career in film study, which is where he wants to make the biggest contribution to society. But anything can change since God is my guide. Leopoldo Albia.
Arian Bihis, Pacifica High School. Parents Arnell and Villarosa Bihis. She plans to attend California Cal Poly San Luis Obispo this fall, majoring in civil engineering. She's looking forward to a successful career in education, meeting new people, traveling, and trying new things. She hopes to become an intern over the summer and during her break to get a job immediately after college to pay her student loans and to support her parents. Arian Bihis.
Jasmine Gilada Monson from Channel Islands High School. Parent Ida Gilado. Her future plans are to attend Cal State University Long Beach, learn to live independently, and find true contentment. Jasmine Monson.
What's Candace's dad's name? Candace, what's her dad's name? Candace Nito. Parent Irene Nito, Pacifica High School. After graduating from high school, she plans to attend Cal State Northridge and major in kinesiology. She plans to enroll in the physical therapy program at the school and earn a master's degree following. Once she's able to support herself, she plans to assist her parents in contributing to her brother's college fund. Along the way, she also plans giving back to her parents for all the love that they have supported her and her brothers. Candace Nito.
Diomi J.R. Cabasan from Channel Islands High School. Parents Diomi and Yolanda Cabasan. His plans are to go to community college for a couple of years and then transfer to a 4-year university and major in biomedical engineering. Diomi J.R. Cabasan.
Francis Paras, Channel Islands High School. Parents Perlito and Anna Marie Paras. He plans to attend UCLA and major in civil engineering, earn a master's degree, and have a career in California. Francis Paras. Abdane, and then Ebon after her.
Clarissa Abdane from Adolfo Camarillo High School. Parents Sunny and Alma Abdane. Her future is to go to Cal State Dominguez Hills in the fall and major in nursing. After getting her degree, she wants to continue school to specialize in pediatric nursing. Clarissa Abdan.
Nathaniel Valencerina, Santa Susana High School, Simi Valley, son of Samuel and Angie Valencerina. He plans on finishing high school, which he has, and then plan to attend 2 years at Moorpark College and then transfer to USC for physical therapy or Cal State University Channel Islands for nursing. Nathaniel Valencerina.
Stanley Ebo from Channel Islands High School. Parents Luther and Anita Linda Ebo. His future is to attend Cal State Northridge and major in computer engineering, and he wants to work throughout college to help pay off some of the costs for his education. After 4 years of college, he wants to get a job or continue to work on his master's degree. Stanley Ebo.
Maria Hinahan, Oxnard High School, parents Marco Hinahan and Jocelyn Alamares. She plans on attending Ventura College for 2 years, then transfer to university or an art school and major in photography. In the future, she plans to travel and take photographs for magazines. Once she's settled down, she wants to open up her own photography studio. Marianne Hinahan. Marina Hinahan.
Chris Baroma Walker from Burbank High School. Parents Christopher Walker and Rachel Baroma. His future is to go to Pace University, a private business school in the fall, and double major in global marketing and international business management. He has a goal of becoming a CEO, CIO, or CFO. He enjoys leadership positions. Chris Baroma Walker.
Marie Furrio, Channel Islands High School, parents Jose and Irma Furrio. She plans to attend Cal State Long Beach under the pre-nursing program. Marie Furrio.
We would just have Loretta, you do these two. Or I can do Rihanna.
It was out of order. Is he here?
Yeah.
Which one is he?
Jeff Matthew Beretta from Pacifica High School. Parents Vong and Tess Beretta. His plans are to attend UCLA and major in biology in hopes of a career in the medical field. Jeff Matthew Beretta.
Jan Realica, Channel Islands High School, parents Renato and Shirley Realica. He plans to attend Oxnard College for general ed and then transfer to Cal State University Long Beach or UC Irvine to major in health sciences. He plans to expand his artistic side and explore different styles of art. Jan Realica.
And last but not least, Lorraine Abraham from Channel Islands High School. Parents Pernita Abraham. Her plans are to attend Ventura Community College for 2 years, then transfer to a university to save money. I would like to major in business, or she would like to major in business marketing. Lorraine Abraham.
Picture first.
You should have listened to Neil because all those, his experience is really vast. You know, follow his footstep, and I know will do good in your chosen careers. Okay, and now let me just take this opportunity to thank a lot of people that were involved in organizing and planning this event. First is the officers and members of FCBCI for their commitment to have this affair and hold this affair every year. Okay, so FCBCI, thank you very much. And to some special people that were involved not only this year, but some were already involved for 20 years or more. Okay, and I think I don't need my glasses. I would like to express my gratitude to the committee members headed by Grace Tuason and Charlene Morla, co-chairperson. Special appreciation to Sonia Armadilla, Vice President of FCBCI and a student coordinator and dance instructor. And then Violeta Dimalanta, Jocelyn Alamares, parent coordinators. And also my thanks goes to both the students and parents who unselfishly gave their time and effort to prepare for tonight's event. Guys, you guys are amazing. Okay, also congratulations to all the scholars, Jeff Moreta, John Sampang, and others. And also our, how was the food? Was it okay? So thank you to our kitchen crew. That's one of the reasons why we can hold this event and actually not too costly for the parents. Okay? So thank you, kitchen crew. Okay, we have. And Neil Reese, thanks again for coming. If there's one that really helped us in preparing for this event, it's Jocelyn Alamares, the certificate of appreciation. Okay, mamas and the papas.